Helen Yee here with Eyes on the Game, and I'm here at UFC Performance Institute being joined by UFC heavyweight Francis Ngannou. First off, great to see you again. I feel like I've been seeing you a lot more. I think you agree. Just saw you at the Raiders event not too long ago.
Yes,
So,
the foundation.
yeah, so how have you been? When we last spoke, I believe in April, right? That was the event, or late April, early May.
May. It was in May.
Yeah, and you have better memory than I do. You were just starting your training camp. Now I'm sure, it's winding
over.
out. Yeah, it's over. So can you kind of talk about how your whole camp went?
My whole camp was pretty good. We work about a lot of things. I find as I said before, I found some guy out here to work with. Like I work with John Wood for the Syndicate MMA, and then we set something up, and then by myself I set something up, and fixed in for this fight.
Yeah. Now with John Wood, do you think that you found a home, there and you'll be training, doing all your camps there, or is it just kind of test this first fight out?
I think it's test this fight. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. But I don't have nothing to complain about, and I don't have no restriction.
And was there anything in particular that you worked on more, maybe, wrestling or whatnot?
I work on everything. I work more on everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so your last fight, and I know, we kind of discussed this before, your fight against Stipe, usually you are knocking people out, first round or second round max. You've never been in 3 rounds, and then you go 5 rounds with Stipe. You go the distance. So in some ways, does that give you the confidence knowing that you have that experience now, and then now heading into a 3-round fight?
Yes, of course. I have more confidence about it because, even if though I was winning the first round, second round knockout, I always still have that concern. Like, okay, how exactly look 5-round fight, and then I did it. I wasn't like on point. I wasn't myself, but I stood at the 5th round, so I feel like more confident. And then if in the future I have a 5-round fight, I'm sure I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna have a mindset about it, and then just make things, and then don't be concerned about it. So he adds my confidence.
Yes, and your preparation. Now, you said in that fight you weren't really yourself. Can you kind of talk about that or elaborate what you felt was different?
It's hard to say, but I had a lot of pressure. I had a lot going. I've been through a lot. So when I made it there, I wasn't like myself. So I never did 5 rounds before that, even 3 rounds. But I used to do more than 1 round, 2 rounds sometime. And then after the first round in that fight, I feel like something went wrong. Something was wrong. And that's exactly the moment that I realized that I'm not myself. I should feel that maybe after 2-3 rounds, yes, but it's okay. I collect a lot of experience, and then I learned a lot about this fight. I think this is something will happen someday, because my race was very fast. So I jumped to a lot of things. I didn't discover something that anyway will catch me later. And I think he might be at some point with at some point of view. I can't even say it's the best thing will happen, because the best moment. Because if it didn't happen there in that fight, it will happen. It might be happen in the future.
True.
Yes, and then it happened this time. We take it, we learn it, we stand up, move forward. That's how life is.
Yes, absolutely. Have to keep learning and growing. But, like you mentioned, in that fight, though, was there anything in particular that surprised you about yourself? Because, like I said before, you've never gone in a fight longer than 2 rounds. So did something surprise you where you're like, you know what, in the future, maybe I'll prepare to go the distance more? Or what, how did that change your preparation in general?
No, I think in that fight, nothing really changed my. Nothing really. I didn't feel like something changed in my would change in my style. I think the only thing is to set in. Be way more professional, and then keep everything close and ready for. Every kind of opportunity, like that one I stepped on because it was an opportunity. So doesn't matter what people said or what they think, I still believe that I was able to win that fight. If I didn't get that tire so quick. I was there seeing this guy move, but I was just not able to react in time. Everything. See him prepare the takedown, but he still take me down. Even when I saw the takedown, I still get it. So I didn't have like good reaction because of my energy. But as I said, I collect the experience, and then I learn about it, and we'll be back stronger.
Yeah, and I know that, obviously you guys are both fighting on the same card next week. He is headlining it against Daniel Cormier, and I know something you do want is to potentially get that rematch with Stipe. So if you guys were to fight again, though, how would you prepare differently for him?
I know how I'll prepare it differently for him. I think it's just I will just get my condition on point, and then plus what I got already, team will be okay.
And speaking of your fight against Derrick Lewis, though, what advantages do you think that you have over him?
What advantage do I think I have over Derrick Lewis? I think all of them, or what you can imagine. I think I have all that over him.
Derrick Lewis did tell media that he thinks that you kind of got to where you're at because of luck, because he stated that guys like Alistair Overeem and Andrei Arlovsky, who you've knocked out before, he said that they kind of, their chin, they don't have a good chin. So what do you have to say about that?
I don't have nothing to say about that. I'm not going to fix this guy. He's how he is. Derrick Lewis, he's how he is. So I'm not going to do nothing with it. He said, I knocked Arlovsky out because he's old. This guy was 37. But Mark Hearn was 43 when he beat him, when he made him quick. So I think he just don't know what he's saying.
Where do you hope that a win over Derrick Lewis will put you?
Even though if he not put me on the back in the title shot, he will put me in. He will reinforce my position.